Greetings, Algo Factory, Algo Artisans. The market is now moving. I told y'all. Now, I don't know how long this move is going to last, but the CPI did just come out, and I don't even know what the print looks like yet. Okay, so I did suspect, though, that we would see a soft print, and that usually means that price is going to go up. So I'm going to bring out the charts here pretty quick, and we're going to start by looking at the euro versus the dollar. I'd rather that Bitcoin went up because that's more of where my where my assets lie. But you can see the move a lot stronger when it comes to the Forex market. And that'll kind of lead where everything else is going to go when it comes to CPI announcements. Okay, so I did a video yesterday on CPI, and that's the Consumer Price Index. And this is a measure of inflation. And to make this simple, if you will, inflation is going to affect markets because right now the interest rates are they're being used to slow everything down. Okay. And so they want to slow the markets down because wow, interesting look on here. They want to slow markets down because of inflation. You know, there's a lot of money got printed through the pandemic, and everything just kept getting pushed up and up and up. And what's really interesting, though, is the way that this is behaving right now. On another chart, the actual bid and ask are different to price. Let me move to a different chart here. No, this is right. Am I on Oanda? Yeah. Okay. Wow. Long story short, though, is sorry about the break. I'm just kind of reading things right now. From why I got 4 screens up, and I'm looking from one screen to the other, and things are behaving very oddly. So they used interest rates to slow everything down. Okay. And the reason they did that was because we had inflation. And so they hiked the rates. And if the data comes out saying that there's no more inflation, there's no reason to hike rates anymore. Now, when rates are hiked up, that means that money is expensive and markets tend to fall because all money is debt. Looks like the CPI came out not hot, not cool, just as expected. So that's just going to see money coming back from the sidelines and not doing too much when it comes to the price of things, right? Okay, so not a very eventful print today, unfortunately. Unfortunately, you know, it could have been worse. Could have been that it came in hot, right? So we'll just see money come back into the market, and we'll have another slow August day, more than likely than anything. So anyway, when CPI comes in, right, and when the data is showing that inflation is falling, then the public is thinking, okay, well, all those rate hikes did their job. We don't have to hike anymore. And we might even see rate cuts coming, because if the market starts to fall, then they're going to have to now make sure that the market doesn't fall too hard, right? So eventually they're going to have to cut rates. And the lower the inflation print, the more likely a rate cut comes in the future. And so this is how everything is kind of calculated. So when the print came in as expected, that just kind of made everything more, it just means money's coming back in from the sidelines. Like, okay, let's go ahead and see what the market normally would do and let the market digest the fact that nothing exciting happened. And then you'll see price kind of flip around like you're seeing right now, just up, back and forth, taking out stops, doing everything else. There's this is the thing about news. You don't want to trade it per se, because a lot of people thought, such as myself, that there might be a soft print. And so they went long, right? And so maybe they wanted the price to go up or thought the price would go up. And in reality, price is sitting at a resistance. And so price did go up at first. A lot of people got excited. They went long, and they just got knocked out of their trade. They just got stopped out because they got all excited. So it's a reason why you don't want to trade news, because news is quite frankly used to manipulate markets. And they're not really supposed to manipulate anything. They being the market makers, the big money muckety mucks. You're not supposed to manipulate markets. Really, it's not legal. However, when you have these big announcements and there's a lot of fear and greed in the market, price can be whipped around and said, "Oh no, we didn't manipulate it. It's just people acting crazy in the market." "Oh no, it wasn't us," right? So, but I guarantee you, I can all but guarantee you, I don't talk to the big bankers or whoever that do this, but I can almost all guarantee you that that's what they're doing. They're knocking people out of their shorts, and all the algos are being predatory, and it is what it is. That's why I tend not to trade the news, or if I do, I have some very specific ways of doing it. I did actually develop a way to trade news. So uneventful, and you can see everything is kind of normalizing. And I'd say over the next anywhere from 15 minutes to an hour, you'll see the market just kind of start to normalize and come back. It'd be pretty normal. So let's zoom out and we'll look at Bitcoin. Yeah, August tends to be a pretty slow month. Looks like Bitcoin's seeing the same thing. And this is on the 5-minute chart. This is very low time frame. Day like crackhead day trading time frames, basically. So let's zoom out and take a look at the bigger picture and see if we can make sense of what's going on. We'll start at the weekly and we'll reassess what's been going on all year. And I can tell you that, of course, we had last week the whole Japanese yen thing. For those of you who live under a rock, basically the carry trade, right? Something that's been going on for decades. The Japanese printing cheap yen, using that yen to buy assets. And then, basically it helps to put liquidity around the world. It's a liquidity solution for pretty much the U.S. equities market and many other markets. Japanese were tired of devaluing their currency that way, ostensibly. And so they went ahead and said, we're not doing this anymore. And they hiked their rates. And it really caused a lot of markets to fall. And everything from equities to Bitcoin to you name it. Even gold took a hit. Because when equities and when the wider market takes a hit, there are no safe havens short term. Everything takes a hit. What's up, March? Good to see you in. So, that being the case, you see this big spike down in Bitcoin, dropped out of its months-long consolidation. If you were an Algo Factory member, via the Guerilla was there to tell us that on his side of things, for those of you who might be new, my business partner, via the Guerilla, who I thought would be here, he's usually here. He does large Bitcoin and gold deals around the world. Okay, that's what he does. And so he said that nobody's selling on the big side, on the institutional side that he works with. Everybody's buying, right? When Bitcoin spiked down super low like that, he said everybody's buying, nobody's selling. And lo and behold, it came all the way back up. Price nuked down. Everybody got scared. Lots of retail sold way down here below 50,000, and price is already back above 60,000. And it didn't take but a day or two. I mean, it just came right back up like within a day or two. It was amazing. And so those of us who held strong, those of us who had the data, those of us at Algo Factory, which I didn't hear anybody else saying what we were saying. And we were saying it the day of, we knew what to do. At least we had a decent amount of data to give us a clue as to what to do, right? We don't predict the future, but we use data to forecast. And we've been doing it pretty accurately here at Algo Factory. I don't know if you've been watching the last year or two. We really know our stuff over here. So, price is back up in this months-long consolidation, right? And price has been being held below 62,000. There have been some spoof orders we've seen on Binance where, these multi-million-dollar sell walls hit. And clearly they're not real. I mean, they exist, but they're not people who intend to sell that much. They're people who intend to keep price from going above a certain level. And I'm sure it's been on other exchanges as well, although you tend to just have to push on the major exchanges to keep that from happening because of, the way things work, arbitrage and whatnot. So in this case right now, this level is what is to beat. In particular, 62,750 is the number to beat to take us back up into bullish territory. Truly the downtrend, if you want to look at it from like a weekly standpoint or a daily standpoint, the number to get us out of a downtrend is going to be 70,100, right? Because our downtrend is pretty clear here. And this is a post having pullback. It really looks like a giant bull flag. I'm sorry, yeah, a giant bull flag that just kind of has a downward slant. So if I were to map that out, here's the downtrend. Lower highs, lower lows. And there's our low from the panic, right around here. So price, if it were to break this high, this 70,000, that's a decent indication that we might be done with the downtrend, but we don't know for sure. We would have to see price make a new higher low and then head up to be in an uptrend, right? But breaking this 71,000 does give us the, the opportunity to break out of the downtrend. So we're not there yet. Okay, so we don't want to get too excited, but what we are approaching is the end of the summer. And historically, August does have these kind of strong moves down with Bitcoin. This one happened to coincide with the rest of the market due to this carry trade unwind. Yeah, Lisa, thank you. Algo Factory knows stuff. Via the Guerilla, how are you doing, sir?
I'm feeling extremely gay this morning. How about you?
Oh, dude, you're just in time, man. I think we should be gay together.
I'm talking about happiness. I don't know what you're referring to.
I'm talking about the same thing. Happiness,
Okay.
coffee enemas.
Yes, then we should be gay together. We should all be gay together here at Algo Factory.
Algo Factory's gay.
Very, extremely gay.
Yep. No, we're looking at things. I haven't gotten into the algo side of things yet, but we're looking at price action on Bitcoin. And we're just talking about how we pretty much saved a huge percent of our net worth last week by not panicking when the move went down. I had my instinct. I said this is probably a washout. And then I was telling him, I was telling the crowd here how you do large deals around the world, and nobody was selling, everybody was buying down here. So we went ahead and
Correct.
at least you and I, we didn't tell people what to do because that's not how we do things at Algo Factory. But we told people what we were doing, and what we were doing was not selling, and we were actually going long. So that's that's what we did, and we saved and made money doing that. And a lot of people lost a lot of their net worth last week, and we did not. So you want to learn how that's done, come to Algo Factory. Before we go, though, I'm going to take a brief look at the Algo screen here. By the way, CPI print came out at the beginning of the show, and it was a nothing burger. It came out as expected. So that's good.
Rightfully so.
Rightfully so. It looked bullish algos, weekly bullish now. But you know what? Volatility's low. When you're in a low volatility scenario, it's okay to be weekly bullish because there's not a lot of volatility. And your bull market moves tend to occur after a long, low volume washout of a lot of weekends, which is what this August nastiness was. So again, you might just see price very slowly kind of curl around and make its way up. We'll see what happens. Via the Guerilla, sir. Anything you want to add?
No, I'd like to say Talio to everyone. Talio, join us in the private lab.
All right, here we go then. All right, we'll get us out of here. I'm going to go over to this and start it. Let's see here. Yeah, zap the QR code, top right hand side of the screen if you want to come to our website. We help people learn how to trade, help people build a trading method, otherwise known as an algorithm. And if you should so desire, we can help put you on the path to developing a trading bot, right? So you can trade while you are not sitting at the computer. Although, even though that is a goal of a lot of people at Algo Factory, I am noticing that people often prefer to trade manually. But all those options are there. There's a smorgasbord of opportunity, and we help you take advantage of all of that. Siege D in the house, what is up? I appreciate that, Siege. Thanks for the support, man. All right, and tell Glenn we said what's up. We're going to hop off here now.
Join us or